Here's an example where a student should have used something called the data validation function for their work. We're looking here at a spreadsheet that calculates the supernatant concentration, for example, of calcium fluoride, the supernatant concentration of calcium and fluoride, given the KSP for calcium fluoride. And if we click here and notice right here that it says CAF2, and then we click in here and notice that it says I'm going to look up for this value right here in the KSP chart, and I'm going to grab the KSP for this stuff right here. So if I look in that particular chart, what's happening is the person is looking up for this and they're returning this value right here. So the problem with that goes something like this. Let's say we type in CAF3. Notice that it says, well, it doesn't exist. Well, that's kind of crazy, because what we should do is actually only pull values from in here. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how we do that using the data validation function. So up here, there's something called data validation. We're going to go back over to the table, and we're going to highlight, or we're going to memorize, let's see, that's A down to 33. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into sheet 1, and I'm going to make this thing, I'm going to basically force this thing in here to be a particular value. It's called validated value. So I'm going to say data validation, and I don't want any value to go in there. It has to be from a list. And I want that list to be, and if we click in here, I want that list to be something that's right in here. And we'll hit enter on that, and then we'll say OK. So now the nice thing is, notice how this now has a drop down up here, and when we click this, there you go. So we're not going to be able to pick CAF3, we'll just pick the CAF2, which is right there. Or we could pick this one. And the only valid, hence the term data validation, the only valid data in here is something that we've already said has to exist in this table. So that's a smart thing to do.